Strong Pokémon. Weak Pokémon. That is only the selfish perception of people. Truly skilled trainers should try to win with their favorites. Karen of the Elite Four. Yeah, Karen, that's what I'm talking about, girl! Welcome to the Gather Rankings channel, where we're still with our pedigree normal team. To slot in with that iconic quote from Karen, when you're playing this game, never give up. If you're up against a really powerful Pokemon, don't panic. There's always something you can do. Every Pokemon has a weakness and a strength. Find out what it is. There's always some strategy you can come up with. Unless you're Pig of Unknown, then it might be a little bit trickier. But never give up. I can agree that this game is based on skill, but it's also a little bit based on luck and perhaps a little bit based on faith. My opponent is going to lead with speed-based Deoxys and Darkrai. I have sometimes lost games to Darkrai because I forget that it's not a ghost, it's purely dark, so you can fake out the Darkrai. So I'm going to fake out Darkrai here because I don't want to get pulled into a Dark Void. Psyche coming in from Deoxys, but he is very bulky in terms of special defense, so he takes that pretty well. Going here for the Trick Room, getting set up. Now I really don't want to get pulled into Dark Void, so I'm going to protect Kecleon here, and I'm going to go for a Teeter Dance, hoping that the confusion is going to work in my favor. Both my opponent's Pokemons becoming confused there. I can only guess Darkrai was going for a Dark Void. It puts both your Pokemons to sleep. It's very powerful, also very popular to have on a Smeargle. Deoxys coming in with the Psychic, nearly taking out Spinda with a critical hit there. So I can only guess Deoxys doesn't have that high special attack at the moment. Gonna go for the foul play here. I'm really not too afraid of facing a Deoxys. Normally foul play is enough to get it in knockout range. Toxic coming onto the Darkrai, and this pretty much marks the end of Spinda's contribution. There isn't really much more that I want him to do at this point. So my opponent goes and takes him out, giving me the opportunity to bring something else in that will be able to help against that Darkrai. Of course, foul play not really going to do anything to Darkrai being a dark type, so this allows me to bring in Stantler with no Signal Beam that will be able to do a massive amount of damage to Darkrai being a bug type attack. Foul play finishing off the Deoxys here. And Signal Beam coming in from Stantler, who I've maxed out in terms of special attack, and I've given him the choice picks, more than enough damage to take out Darkrai. My opponent bringing in his last two Pokemon, Oh-Oh and Mewtwo. I have actually not seen a Mega Mewtwo Y that survives the foul play. So if you have foul play on your team and you see a Mega Mewtwo Y, don't be scared, go for the foul play. From my experience, it will always be enough to knock them out. I made a mistake here going for the recover because I knew Trick Room was coming to an end and it's something that I wanted to reset up. However, just going for the foul play would have been a better option here to take out Mewtwo. Signal Beam just not enough to take out the Mewtwo there. Sacred Fire more than enough to annihilate my Stantler. And Aura Spear coming in from the Mewtwo, nearly taking out Kecleon, letting me know that I have really made a mistake here. Dunsparce coming in. Now my Pokemon are all really slow, so I know for a fact I'm moving second. I need to protect Kecleon, try and preserve it as much as possible. Aura Spear trying to come onto Kecleon. I'm gonna guess my opponent might have thought Dunsparce has flying in its type, but of course it's just pure normal, no super effective damage there. Massive amount of damage onto her, being quadruple beak to rock, and Mewtwo goes down. My opponent going for a Sacred Fire to take out Kecleon here, and I am left to 1v1 this Ho-Oh at the moment. I'm going for the Rock Slide. Unfortunately it misses, so able to avoid there, My opponent goes for another Thunderbolt, perhaps trying to get a paralysis onto Dunsparce, but Rock Slide able to connect, taking him out. So even though I've made a couple of mistakes in this battle, I still managed to win by remaining focused. The next battle is where the faith part really kicks in. We're gonna go ahead and battle a familiar face. We've battled Yoshi before, and he had the exact same team that I saw him use last time. I brought out Spinda and Kecleon, and I knew I had to set up Trick Room right away. But I also knew that Kangaskhan is gonna outspeed, so kind of can only fake out the Lickilicky, because faking out the Kangaskhan is gonna be pointless. He would have already faked out himself. So I go for the fake out onto the Lickilicky, he goes for the fake out onto my Kecleon, of course breaking the sash and really bringing down my Kecleon's HP. He goes for the safeguard, which means that he can no longer get toxic or he can no longer get confused either. He goes to absolutely annihilate my Kecleon, and I haven't even had the opportunity to put up Trick Room. So this is like an absolute disaster. I've got Spinda there, he's absolutely useless, he can do literally nothing. I bring out Ursaring, I have to pull back Spinda, hopefully preserve it for later, there's really nothing it can do. I'm bringing out Dunsparce, Swagger going on to the Kangaskhan, of course behind the safeguard. It cannot be confused, but it's still getting the attack increase. Kangaskhan doesn't want anything to do with this Dunsparce, takes him out instantly with massive damage. And I'm able to use Hammer Arm onto Kangaskhan, and luckily for me, Ursaring's attack power is so high he's able to take Kangaskhan out. But I'm at a major disadvantage here. My opponent still has 3 Pokémon, including the prankster Lickilicky, and I'm left with Spinda, who can do literally nothing, and my Ursaring. Lickilicky going for the protect, so I cannot really fake him out. He's gonna go for another protect with the guard jump, really trying to scout what my plan is. So my plan was to use Fake Out and Ice Punch to get rid of the guard jump, but now I want to scout what he wants to do. So this time I'm gonna go for the double protect. My opponent wants to end this game immediately. He goes for the Swagger onto his guard jump. Guard jump of course already has a lot of attack on its side. It's gonna use Earthquake, wanting to end this battle, but because I was protecting, I'm fine, but Lickilicky unfortunately gets absolutely destroyed by his own teammate. Greninja coming in, I still cannot fake out or anything. There's nothing Spinda can do. I'm forced to go for another protect. So lucky that it actually works, because it's 50% chance to be successful. Scald coming in here, going for Spinda, but Spinda was luckily protecting again. Earthquake coming in, absolutely obliterates Greninja. Ursaring survives with 1 HP, guys. Ice Punch coming in, destroying guard jump, and I managed to win the battle. Like, if this wasn't faith and luck, I don't know what it was. So like, never give up. You never know what RNG is gonna do to you. As always, I really enjoyed today's battles. I just would like to add on what I said at the start of the video. Pokemon really is a big game, and there are so many different characters that you can use. The way that I personally choose my teams is I don't look at the moves first. I literally go onto like a sprite list and I pick out 6 Pokemon at random that I like. Then after that I will look at the moves and try to build a strategy around that. So don't fall into the mindset that you cannot play with your favorites. You can, you just have to take a look at their moves and see how you can strategize around that. Also, apart from Pokemon attacks, there's also abilities and there's also items. So paired with attacks, items, abilities, you can really strategize around forming a team that can really work for you. Alright, so that's the end of today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please leave a like, it will really mean the world to me. And if you'd like to see more videos from me, feel free to subscribe. I hope you will have an amazing day, that you're staying safe, staying healthy in these troubling times, and that I'll see you on the next video. Bye!